don't see anybody. Where'd you guys go? All right. Go through the instructions by myself. All right, let me switch to the camera. Hold on. Okay, so this week we will not be sampling polyrhythmic things. No, this week we're going to be talking about Atlantis Paradise Resort. And let me actually, let's see. And guys, get behind the scenes footage here. Huh? Okay, so for this assignment, you're going to be creating an original song for my company. Not my company, I wish. This will be the song that we use for this year's advertisements. So think of YouTube videos, commercials, advertisement commercials before movies, different things like that. We are the world's biggest travel destination, Atlantis, Paradise Island. The song needs to make the listener feel like they want to be free, to feel the vacation before they reach our beach. But this is the key, they need to feel the vacation before they reach our beach. You'll be able to create any style of song you wish, as long as it meets the goals listed above. Styles of music, genres of music. What type of music could we use for this place? Let's take a look at it. I Googled it and the website came up. It looks pretty amazing. So wow, yeah, the first thing I see is, I don't know what that would be called, wonder maybe, kind of adventure. She's alone, so she's kind of experiencing that alone, some kind of personal adventure, solitude. Nice. Wow, that's pretty amazing looking. Sorry, I got lost in the view. But yeah, here, this looks pretty peaceful, but I'm sure during normal times anyway, that place would be going off. So it looks pretty peaceful now, but that would be pretty busy. A bunch of kids and a bunch of people probably hanging out on one side and maybe kids on the other. All right, people dancing, some more upbeat type of sound. So people are going to go there to have fun. They may have kids or they may be younger themselves and want to go down big slides and go on adventure. So here's something to appeal to that, that demographic, that audience. I mean, each demographic, each audience for the most part is advertised to just here on the front page. So just by me looking at that, I can start taking in information on like what type of music, what type of vibe that the song should be. Fine dining, bars, outdoor dining, cafes, cool. Private cabanas, pools, and beaches. All right. Yeah, cool. So yeah, they got stuff for everybody. That's cool. Casino, celebrating different things, different work meetings for companies and different things like that. So it's pretty vast. So we could do any type of music. This could be this could be electronic music or like house music. It could be, some breakbeatish style music. It could be some Latin flavored music. It could definitely be some Caribbean style music, that would totally be appropriate. It could even be certain styles of drum and bass, certain styles of jazz, It could be so many different things depending on how we flavor it. And there's another thing that we could do is we can be smart with our tempos, right? So we can kind of move the energy of the song up and down, right? So, if we're working at 70 BPM, or let's say we're working at 140 BPM, we can really create our song at 70 BPM, and then when we want, make it sound a lot hyper and move it up into the 140 BPM range with certain instruments, maybe percussion or different things like that, depending on the style of music you're making. But I hope you guys get what I'm saying. So you can create something in 70 and then pretty much really create it at 140. or vice versa, or the same thing with a lot of BPMs. You could just double it as long as it doesn't go up past, you know, maybe 180 something BPM. You know, 180 is pushing it, but if you're smart, you can do it right. You know, I mean, that's a lot of drum and bass music from a while back was that fast, but it almost sounded like jazz the way a lot of them did the percussion on those. So anyway, be creative with the style and genre. Okay, let's take a look here. My instructions go. There we go. All right, so going over genres. So the song must be 3 minutes in length. Okay, we expect repeated parts, but let's see. We expect repeated parts. You know, songs are broke down in different parts. You have an intro. Hopefully, there's an outro. There's some verses in there. There's some chorus in there, or hooks. There may even be a bridge or a breakdown section. But you want to try to think about this song with these images in mind. Just right off their front page, we can see this is relaxing, but it's beautiful. I mean, everybody would like that. I mean, who wouldn't be excited if that was the room, the view from your room? You know, that's exhilarating. It's just like, take me out of the city, take me out of this cubicle, take me out of this whatever. Of course, in typical times, right now it's a little different, but in typical times, I mean, man, that is very appealing. You know, of course that's beautiful as long as, you know, the sharks aren't in there with you. But man, that could be like a breakdown part. You know, you could have a breakdown part and just have this like imagery in your mind. You know, you don't have to have a. What you want is like one song. You want one song that can embody a lot of these ideas, a lot of these things, a lot of these pictures that they're showing to us. Um, so sorry, just totally lost my train of thought there. Um, and my kids are yelling inside, so you can hear. I don't know. But okay, so we have this. So there's so many things that we can get from these pictures, and we can just say, okay, we definitely need like a very pretty solitude type of thing, part of the song. We need something for people to want to get out to the bar and the restaurants and dance to. You know, you don't want fine dining every night. You want to get out and have some fun, right? And there's going to be days that, you know, you're going to do things that you might not do typically, or the kids might want to do that, or whatever the case. There's that aspect of it as well. And you know, and I found this video. I just went on YouTube. I don't know who these people are, but you get some. It's 2020, so we get some 4K footage. I'll full screen real quick. I got a feeling I'm gonna have to turn this down. Oh, yeah. Cool. Awesome. So, place looks pretty cool. The song doesn't have to necessarily sound that way either. You know, that's one song and it has different aspects to it. So you heard in the beginning it was slower, it picks up pace. And I don't know, I'm not gonna watch the whole video, but if it slows back down, I'm sure it you know, it's just the song has a lot of dynamics to it. And that helps make it easier to match up with things, you know. So let's see here. 3 minutes in length. We talked about the repeated parts. We understand, but just no straight looping, you know. I don't want to hear a different hi-hat every 16 bars and everything else is one big loop. We're beyond that at this point, right? So, let's really give this all we got, right? One thing, we need to understand what key the song's in, right? So we don't want wild key solos and all that stuff. We want everything constrained to what our chord progression is going to be based off, the key our song's in, okay? So I'd like for you guys to create at least 3 Ableton Live instruments, instrument MIDI tracks. Name them chord progression, bass line, and melody. Drums, I'll leave up to you, of course, and any other types of things. But those 3 tracks I would like filled, essentially. You guys have done a great job this month, and sometimes I have to go back and ask, I have to reiterate these things in music. We always have drums. Nobody ever has a problem with drums, but we still need a chord progression. We still need a bass line. We still need a melody, right? We need to think about our music in those 4 aspects: percussion, chords, bass, melody. Okay. Create your chord progressions, bass lines, and melodies on those tracks. If you're going to use audio loops instead of MIDI, that's fine with me. Just name the track appropriately: chord progression, bass line, or melody. Okay? Awesome. So next one is record something in audio format and implement it into your song. So you guys have a mic. And at the very basic thing, hand clap, get a few of them going. Get like 4 or 5 hand claps going, different, clap at different hands, different kind of pitches, different, things like that. And you can layer these and get some really cool sounding claps, And a lot of guys in hip hop have been doing that for years and years, layering, 8 claps that they've sampled off vinyl on the MPC. Maybe not that, man, I'm exaggerating, but at least 3, so that is, of course, a big part of music now. And if you could record your own, then hey, why not? Sometimes people get water going and get some kind of water sound effects going, I guess maybe from their tub or maybe a pool or something like that. But I mean, you can just record stuff right where you live, your hand claps, finger snaps, anything like that, a lot of different things, and that's kind of experimenting in sound design a little bit, because you're gonna record something with a microphone, of course. Like here's my phone. I'm gonna pop open this little, whatever this thing's, pop socket in the back. That would be a cool. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I did it too slow. That would be a cool snare, really. I mean, you'd have to raise the pitch of it just a bit, but it's got that 2 aspects. Pop, pop. That'd be cool. It's kind of like a hand clap. It should just be pitched up more. So we could record something like that and then pitch it, play with it, EQ it, and implement it into your song. Pretty awesome, you could kind of bang on the shower wall and get like a nice, if your shower's that way, you might be able to bang them somewhere in the house and get like a nice, don't bother your neighbor if you're in an apartment. I gotta do it for a grade. Boom, boom, boom. But you could find things that have big sound, like we used to do on our desks at school. You need that part of your desk that just sounded the best, for the bass or for the snare or whatever. So, you can find those parts. I remember in the Army we found them. They were the bathroom stalls, the first bathroom stalls. People would hate us. We'd be in there. I'd be banging on those things, and everybody's freestyling. Everybody would hate us because we'd be banging on the toilet stalls all night. But you do something like that. You record that, implement it into a song. That's very cool, and it can become, even some people say, I did it with, my dad. I used my dad's guitar. I don't know how to play guitar, but I recorded this one string and, layered it and did different things. It took them some effort to do it, but it was what they chose to do, of course. So you can do something wild or you can do something very basic. And either way, I mean, it's going to be something that you implement in there. So it's got to have to be mixed. It's going to have to be EQ probably a little bit. And I'm excited to see what you guys, to hear what you guys put in there. So you're going to name that track Audio Recording. Next one, your song must have some automation, panning, different things like that. Just don't have every single thing. There's nothing on it, blah, blah, blah. Here's my quick song I did in 35 seconds. Here you go. Put some processing on it, pan it a little bit, put some nice reverb on there. And I haven't had a problem with anybody doing that this month, I should say. I'm just teasing. And you guys have been doing great. So, reverb, all these different things, some cool delay on something, you know, these aren't requirements. I'm leaving it up to you, but I would like to hear it. I'd like to hear a reverb in a song or something to that effect. You know, please no clipping, no clipping. You guys have been great at that, but we're too far into the program to let any clipping slide, right? So we got to start implementing that no clipping now. If you can even get it to -3, that would probably even be a better practice coming up into the very near future if you're not doing that already. Let's see, your song must have structure. Create markers. Markers. The markers are located. I need to change that word. So the markers are the locators in Ableton that we talk about. Ableton is hiding because I have a bunch of stuff up on my screen. Oh, no, there it is. So what I should have put is locator. That's a locator. This could be my song's intro. I did this in week 1. It's my song's intro. Create locator. This is first one, and so on and so forth. I mean, they don't have to be like that, but you know, lay your parts out of the song. It's a lot easier for me to look at that way. And if I have to try to figure it out, and it's not evident, you know, that probably wouldn't be that good, you know, because that means I can't figure it out, you know. So lay these out, so at least I can see what's going on, and then if there's anything that I need to fix, then that you need to fix. I'm sorry, I'll let you know. All right, let's see what else. All right, so you must write at least 1 paragraph explaining your song's key, feeling, and genre. This will be your explanation to the company. So check this out. So there are these companies. Now, something's changing in the industry. I can't go on and go on with this topic of lesson without, you know, giving you guys my newest info on a lot of these things. So what's been going on with music and how a lot of websites and commercials and TV companies and possibly even movie companies get their commercials are, there are companies that have websites that offer, you know, music that is broke down into different timings. Like there's a song, your full 3-minute song, let's say, and then there's a 1-minute version of like a more lower, or you know, there's a couple different versions of that 1 minute because you have a 3-minute song, so you could have essentially you could have 3, or depending how you created your song, multiple versions of that 1 minute. And from 1 minute, sometimes even down to 30 seconds, they have you break it down, the song. But if your music, once you submit your music like this to these websites, and if it's accepted, what you have to do before it goes up for sale is you have to write at least 1 paragraph explaining your song's key, feeling, and genre. I haven't told you the newer news yet, so I'm still trying to explain this portion of it. So this has been for the past long time, quite a few years, and I think it very much is still that way. It's just that one of the bigger companies that was doing that had just shut down just during this whole COVID thing. So I don't know if it was something due to business or if it was something due to, I have no idea, or maybe the industry's changing. You know, everything's so fast. So I'm keeping my ear to the ground when it comes to that. But I still have my music out on a few of these sites, and occasionally I get a PayPal bump, and it's pretty nice. You know, if they buy your music, it's a real nice chunk, and if they can lease it for anywhere from like $300 to $600. So, but what you have to do, like I was saying, is you have to write a paragraph explaining these things. And what I figured out, this was maybe 7-10 years ago, probably, is like these words that I need to put in this paragraph are essentially kind of like you'd make your Instagram posts. And what I mean by that is like the key words are going to be like words that you would hashtag, you know, but hashtag them like, hashtag your song with honesty though. Like you can be dreamy about it and how you feel the song is, that's what you say. You know, if the song is romantic, the song is energetic, romantic, blissful. If it's all these different things, then you can put all those in there. You don't need them all listed like that. Like this song is, you know, 150 different keywords. just a few, you want to just think of one paragraph and try to think of like certain key words that actually do express what you were thinking of creating while you were creating a song. And what you were probably thinking is you're either doing research from the website, one of the videos, or your own experiences at a place similar to that, or maybe maybe this would be a good assignment for us because I mean, many people are still cooped up, especially down here in Florida, and I'm sure a lot of people would love to be going on vacation right now, and I'm sure the people on the islands would love for people to be going on vacations there. So, you know, for a definite want or need of a vacation for one reason or the other, I think we could all relate to wanting to go here or to a place like this. Um, of course, maybe all the debt and all that stuff, but yeah, that's your assignment. Um, I don't believe there's much else. Um, I do ask people to collect all and save your Ableton Live session, but a lot of times what's been going on lately is the students have been creating such dynamic sessions that they're not fitting an FSO. So what I'm asking is, if you feel like doing that, you can, or maybe I'll have to go back and do it upon request if there's an issue. But for right now, how about you guys just give me the wave, the PDF, the song explanation, and a screenshot. You have to zip it and submit that through FSO, as you guys know. All right. If there's an issue with your project and I need to take a look at the Ableton Live session and it's for whatever reason it's too big to go through FSO, you're gonna have to use Dropbox or I don't know, something to that effect. Okay. You guys, I'm sure you guys are going to do great on this. You guys have been doing really good all month. You guys have been great students. I've enjoyed reading a lot of the discussions. Very insightful, and I'm glad that those things. I hope they did help. I read those, and they help me. And I've been making music for a long time. So they I don't know. Sometimes I don't read them every day or anything like that, but every 6 months or so I'll take a look at the book, and it's just kind of gives you cool ideas. It kind of just sparks that old like a different type of creativity. I don't know how to describe it, but maybe a less thought out, because things I do now are very well laid out, very well thought out, where back a long time ago, I would just create, and I still do, I still jam music and have fun, but most of my projects, I have a great idea. Excuse me, I got bad allergies today. I'm sitting outside. I got all these ideas for it. Ideas sometimes are constraints, but sometimes those constraints help us create amazing things. So we do have constraints with most of the music we make, especially if we're working with another company or we're working with a different idea, and of course, this is a cool place. Everybody would like it. I think, everybody would have fun. Nightclubs, tunnels. Wow, that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, I need a coupon, but that's that, you guys are going to do great. You guys, please contact me with any questions. You can contact me in the future if you need to. If you liked Ableton Live, then please continue to use it. If you didn't care for it, I would still advise that you keep it in your tools, keep it in your weapon belt, old army analogy, but any type of knowledge, any type of DAW is another tool. And I know plenty of people that are running studios now that are running Ableton Live all over the world. So, learn Logic, learn Pro Tools, learn Live. That's your job. That's what you guys are supposed to be doing, right? You guys are supposed to be using these things. If you're going to be engineers, if you're going to be, working, you want to work with different people, you want to work in different environments, you want to grow, right? You want to grow from where we all do, from where we are now. I do, even years and years in from this, and that's the whole thing we want through music anyway. For me, it helps me with personal growth, of course, through expression and art. I feel like I get a lot of cool, emails, messages from people saying, how much they enjoy it, which is cool. It's great to hear that other people can enjoy, like the vibes you're putting out, creating music from your own heart, not like the poppy trend music. I mean, if that's your thing, then that's fine. But if you don't always have to follow that. You can create what you want and allow people to adapt to that, because, any genre of music can be beautiful. Any genre, really. We've heard that recently. I mean, there's so much variety in each genre of music now. They're almost all merging into one, but it's good and bad, I guess, if it's just depending on the way you look at it. But you know, uh, just have a blast, guys. Have fun. And I'm rambling, looking out at the woods back here. The hawks back here hunting. But anyway, you guys have been great this month. Please contact me. Keep working. Keep doing your best. This is your time in school. Be nerds about all this stuff. That's the best way to be. That's the best advice I can give you, is be sincere, be humble, and be nerds, complete nerds. And don't worry about it, because that's what's going to bring you the knowledge. That's what's going to bring the people to you. And best of luck to you all. Remember, your instructor, Eric Jackson, when you get up there. All right. Peace, guys. Hit me up with anything you need. Take care.